This is a video on how to repair or adjust the self-propelled feature on a TORO recycler mower. This one has a Kohler engine on it instead of a Briggs. As you guys know, I do videos all the time, and I mostly work on Briggs, and occasionally I'll get one given to me or something like that, which is the case here, that is not a Briggs. Either it could be a Honda or Tecumseh or Kohler, whatever. This is a Kohler. It starts and runs not real great. The previous owner said that it didn't run all that great, and the self-propelled had quit a long time ago, so he just gave it to me. So anyway, I did a couple of things to it. Number one, I looked underneath the air filter cover, and it was full of grass and dirt and everything. So you just, it has the paper filter, so you take that off and knock that debris out, and that made a big improvement in the running of the engine. But mainly I wanted to talk to you about how to adjust the self-propelled cables on these so that you can get it to work again. It's a fairly decent looking mower, so I thought, well, maybe this self-propelled features can be repaired. And I looked underneath to make sure there was nothing stuck in the mechanism, like a stick or a twig. And then I thought, well, maybe the belt has slipped off and or is broken or missing. And I looked underneath, and it was there. You could see the belt, and it was in good condition. And but when you squeeze this handle to engage the self-propelled, and you turn the blade with your hand, you could tell that the belt wasn't touching the pulley wheel. So I thought, well, maybe somebody has either changed this or done something to the to this adjustment right here, and turns out that that's what it was. So this mower self-propelled feature now works perfect, and I repaired that by simply loosening this nut here. This is a 7/16 nut. Let me get that and show you how to do that. This is, I'm gonna put a 7/16 socket on here. And I like the speed I had this thing running, so I'm gonna mark it with a permanent marker, because I want to come back to where this is on this adjustment. So okay, so right there where that little green mark is where I'm gonna put it again, because that's how you control the speed of the self-propelled. So let's say I want to adjust the speed or just get this to where it works again, and you've got to put enough pressure on this, on the mechanism to get it to engage. So let me go ahead and loosen this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm loosening this nut, and if you'll notice, this cable sits in that slot, that little slot right there. It sits in that slot, and this nut and the plastic housing puts pressure on that cable and holds it in place. Okay, so I've got that pretty loose now. So let me set my wrench down. I'll show you this. So if I want to go slower with the self-propelled, then I'll now take this cable and slide it in this in this housing here and slide it forward, see, like that. And this was so far forward that the self-propelled wasn't even engaging. And so you think, oh, that's, so you can see the cable move when I do that. See that? That's actually making a sound. So you think, oh, that's engaging. Well, it's not putting enough pressure to where it's forcing that belt on that pulley. But now if I want it to engage the pulley and go faster, then I've still got this loose. So now I'm going to pull the cable and go towards the mower. Let me loosen it a little bit more. It's a little bit hard to move, so I'm going to loosen it a little bit more. Just open that slot a little bit. And so now, if I move this towards the mower like that, I'm pulling the cable housing. See that green part coming closer? Okay, now, when you squeeze this, it's going to engage this, and it's going to pull that the cable inside this sleeve and engage that pulley. So this is slower towards the handle, and then the self-propelled will go faster if you pull it this way. And that's where I want it, right there where that little green thing is. And so now this self-propelled is going to work perfect. So I'm going to tighten this now. And I want to make sure that green thing doesn't move and go up or down, otherwise I'll be back right where I was, where it's not engaging. So I'm tightening. So this is going to hold this nice and snug. And now I'm going to pull on this and make sure it's, oh yeah, that's snug in there. So now when I squeeze the handle and I want the self-propelled to go, I can really feel some resistance there. And that self-propelled is going to take off and do what it's supposed to. So that's sometimes all it takes to repair your self-propelled feature on these TORO mowers. You just and others, you move this cable inside this sleeve, and it's rudimentary. I like it a lot better than the ones that are up on this handle, say like this one. See, this one, it's the same idea. You squeeze this handle to engage the self-propel. Then you see how it says tighten. So if you tighten it, it's going to go faster. If you turn it the other way, and that's really hard to move. I much rather like this adjustment. You clearly see what you're doing, and you move it and run your mower and say, okay, that's too fast. Then you just move the cable towards the handle. If you want it to go faster, you move it towards the mower. So I like that system. So that's how you handle that. Hope you found this helpful.